Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Trade Diary 101. I am Sharan. I am going to discuss about Nifty index, but the entire concept about our video is that we discuss three important things that we are going to look at. One is the recent price action, right? We are going to look at this particular thing, what is happening right now. We'll also look at important zones at the current price. Now after the markets have moved, what are the important zones that are currently available to us, and based on it how do we take a decision. And finally we are also going to look in just in a brief way, or in the initial stage itself, if any of our setups that were discussed in the previous video, did any of them work out today? Yes, two of the setups that we discussed yesterday in the previous video have worked out. So basically I'm going to talk about the same thing, and then we will see a recent thing. Right now, yesterday, if you remember, if you go and watch my video, right, let's remove this 1 second. Right, I had spoken about this particular zone, right? One of this particular zone where the price is just moving in a sideways direction. Right now, just hold on. Yeah, this particular direction, right here, this is the zone that I was talking about. So we discussed that if suppose the price opens in this zone and moves in this zone and finally breaks, we can get a good momentum either side. Right, that was the target number one. Right, we also had discussed what if the price opens here, what if the price opens at this level, and so on and on. So this was the one that worked out today. Secondly, there was another setup. If you had missed out on this, the second setup was if the days high, the days low, yesterday's, that was Thursday's low, agar if it breaks, and we will go for a shorting business. So even if we had done that particular thing, we got about more than 100 points on our trade. So these are the two setups that worked for us. Now having said that, today we are going to discuss what will we be doing for tomorrow, that is on 22nd January on the Tuesday. Right, let's get into it. So if you look at Nifty index on a daily basis, first of all, we will figure out there is some kind of a bearish engulfing. Now this particular thing is called as a bearish engulfing on a daily basis. So this indicates negative sentiment in the market. So having said that, we will be slightly going into a negative sentiment provided a certain things happen. Now what are those certain things? Basically we look for three things. Where does the price opens tomorrow? Where will it sustain? And from where does it fall? Right, so this will be our agenda for today's video. Now let's get into a shorter period and try to understand the market. Right now, if you see here, this was on the 17th of March when the price was able to take to this level. On Monday, that is today, the price opened and closed almost all those confusion candles that were there in the market in the very first hour itself. Right, so this clearly said that the price is likely to go on a lower side. Now after that, there was a slight of confusion again when this particular level of 17,185, which was your previous open, was taken out, the price went and sustained here. Now on an hourly basis also, if you see, the price is kind of is taking a support, or say the price is sustaining around this particular level. Now this will become a very important level for us to take trades for tomorrow. How? Let's get into a smaller time frame and let's look at it. I'm going to go into 15 minutes time frame. Okay. Now if you see here, there was a massive fall down right from the morning 9:15, say we saw that the price started going down and down. Here it tried to sustain. Right now, this particular thing I am going to mark it as a zone for me. Right now, why is this a zone for me? If you look at this, this becomes your resistance. Right, this particular thing which was your previous on 17th March opening price, that should have become a kind of a support which got killed by the sellers. So eventually that becomes your resistance. Right, so this is a zone for me. This eventually becomes a zone for me. How will I trade here? I will not take any trade if the prices are trading in this particular zone, which is between 17,180 to 17,100. Any trade here is not possible for me on a personal note. If the price opens here and breaks this level of 17,106, I would look forward to shorting the game, because I have a target of almost this level. right, which is not yet covered, which is a gap. Now I'll just put it in a different color zone so that it becomes easy for everyone, right? Yellow. So this becomes a interesting area for me tomorrow. First of all, primarily there is a bearish sentiment. Secondly, if the day's lows are taken out, I will look forward to shorting the market for this particular zone. Now Sharon, what if suppose let's assume we don't have this, right? Now what if the price opens here, sustains and tries to break this level? Yes, there I feel that if that happens, we will get a trade, but a very small trade, probably because of this trend line breakout, and our targets will be around 250. 17,256 will be our target here. This is only when prices are breaking this level of 17,180 after sustaining in this zone. Now why is this zone important? Because there, when prices usually come into a zone, they are into accumulation or a distribution. Either buyers are entering into it or the new sellers are getting into it or creating their books, right? So we look forward for the prices to move outside that particular zone to take a target, right? So this becomes my second trade for tomorrow. One is that price sustains here and then goes above it, trade number one. Trade number two is when the price sustains here and falls. So this becomes your setup number one and two. Now what if the price opens here itself? Then I will wait, because this is a target which is a very important zone for me. So I will have to wait to see whether price are kicking back again. If yes, then trade number three will be to take or buy a call at this level, only when it sustains at this particular level, right? So that will be trade number 3 for me. Now what will be my trade number 4? Trade number 4 is only when the price is again in this zone. I will not take any trade, right? If it opens and sustains around this particular level, we will not take any trade, because we have no clarity amongst the buyers or sellers, right? If suppose tomorrow, for let's assume, for our understanding, that price opens above all this level, right? Say it opens at this level, right? Again, as discussed in the previous chapter, whenever there is a huge gap up, I usually tend to wait for the prices to retrace and then take a movement upside. So that will be my trade plan if the price opens above it. So all possible, most of the possible things that we have spoken. Can there be anything other than this? Yes, there can be, but we don't know. So I am hoping for any of these setups to work tomorrow, and if it works, we will take a trade, right? I hope you have this is understood. Need any more clarification on this, or you want to have any questions, you want to discuss something, please feel free to question me. I can ask on my Instagram as well. You can also comment here. Please like, share and put it across your friends, and hopefully we will all grow together. Thank you. Have a nice day. Have a great trading session tomorrow. Thank you.